Hello, Anastasia.
Hi, Ioana.
Hello, everyone. Today we have prepared for you the investigative cycle number 276, the protocol number 1. Anastasia, do you know the subject of today's investigation?
No.
Of course you don't. Obviously, because as always, no support telepaths know the subject before entering the hypnosis state because we don't want to contaminate the information. We don't want them go searching for information on the internet or wherever they would feel like it. So Anastasia does not know the subject. No telepath knows the subject. The protocol we are going to do is, as always, mixed. So the operators receive the fixed part. It's a line of questioning that we cannot modify or deepen in the first part. So it's the fixed part. And in the free exploration part, in the second part of this investigation, you will see how we will, deepen the answers that Anastasia will give me in the first part. I hope that makes sense. If you want to contact me for a personal session or for any questions, you can send an email to ioanasima.hre@gmail.com. You can find all my contact details in the description box below, my Instagram, my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, and again, my email address. I've said everything I had to say, everything I wanted to say. So Anastasia, you can get ready
Yeah.
and we can begin. You can take 3 deep breaths. And you slowly start to relax your muscles, your body, and empty your mind. I will slowly count from 3 to 1 to accompany you, to be with you in your relaxation process. As I count, let each number guide you into a state of calm. Your body will become heavier and heavier, and your thoughts will leave your mental body. With every inspiration, each breath you take will soften and relax all the muscles in your body. With each exhale, your mind will clear and will allow you to access all the information. 3, 3, 3. 2, 2, 2. 1, 1. Allow yourself to sink completely into this moment. Your body is heavy, your mind is clear, and you feel relaxed. You feel good. I will count from 1 to 3. On the count of three, tell me where the artificial mummification practice, also known as embalming, comes from. One, two, three.
Mm, it took me to the image of a pyramid, but not above the ground, but inside the ground. It's like mirrored into the ground,
Okay.
and hmm, I'm perceiving it like in multiple places on Earth, not just the ones that we know as pyramids.
Mhm.
Um, it's more the energetical aspect of a pyramid. Um, these practices were formed in the underground. It was like some type of secret, not very common, I would say, for all the people. Very private. Yeah.
Okay, very well. Why did various ancient civilizations, so geographically and culturally distant, practice mummification of bodies? What do you perceive?
Hmm. I see an intention behind this act as preserving um, preserving the energy of that person, like inside some type of walls. So it was more like a ritual than something of physically beneficial.
Mhm.
Um,
What else do you perceive?
I perceive that it was in some sorts orchestrated this ritual of embalming the body. It has something to do with influence from the metaphysical space.
Mhm.
Um, some type of mm, I would say an egregore, something in that uh, category.
Mhm.
Something that is influencing a broad majority of people with some beliefs. Yeah.
What happens to the subliminal part of an embalmed person?
Yeah, I'm perceiving exactly what I perceived earlier, that kind of preserving that energy uh, on the ground um, in this reality, in this space. So when this is done to the body, it kind of creates an invisible string that holds the subliminal part in this reality,
Mhm.
and it's not letting it go freely, so it remains somehow attached.
Okay. Now observe what happens to the subliminal part of a body that undergoes a natural mummification process.
Um, I'm perceiving two scenarios. One, the body doesn't really influence the subliminal part. It depends on the consciousness of the subliminal part.
Mhm.
If it's knowledgeable enough, Um, it will have no business with the physical body. It will go freely after death.
Mm-hmm.
On the other scenario, it's a person who is pretty attached to the physical reality. And I see it as a process as the body decomposes in a way. In a so slow process, it will eventually make this connection of the subliminal part with the physical body thinner and thinner. It's like a natural process. So even if the subliminal part doesn't really want to get rid of this connection, it will eventually fade. And then
Okay.
is the decision of the subliminal part what it wants to do.
Okay. Are mummification and reincarnation connected? Yes, no, or only partially?
Hmm. Partially came to me.
So, what type of connection do you perceive?
Um, Again, as I saw that embalming of the body, I saw it more as a ritual, as
Yes.
someone who gave their consent prior to the embalming when they were in there living.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a connection with reincarnation because of the beliefs that that person had um, going into death, and accepting that that ritual, that act that in their mind was connected to something more. And that's there where I saw that influence from the metaphysical.
Okay. Um, to what extent is reincarnation connected to both artificial and natural mummification?
Mm, to natural, um, I don't really see a connection,
Okay.
and that it has to do with the natural way of the body of
Mm-hmm.
decomposing. With the artificial one, it's exactly what I said earlier. It's more the beliefs in the
Yes.
subliminal. And that physical act reinforces that because it's part of a ritual, it's part of a, um, giving away something.
Mm-hmm. We will go back to this. Okay. What was happening on the metaphysical level during the practice of mummification of the ancient Egyptians? So, on the metaphysical level.
Mhm. I say again, I perceive this presence in the metaphysical as a big agglomeration of entities. It's like almost becoming one that
Mm-hmm.
is connected to the minds of the population and is perceived as salvation. I perceive that it's kind of this entity is making itself known of influence through certain types of hallucinations, induced hallucinations, or yeah, that type of illusions, visual illusions I see induced
Mm-hmm.
in the population. Um, some some being more how do I say vulnerable to this.
Mm-hmm.
And can you repeat the question? I
Yes,
forgot.
what was happening on the metaphysical level during the practice of mummification of the ancient
Mhm.
Egyptians?
Yes, so it's this entity connected, inducing its presence as something important, and through those visions and through that artificial kind of influence, there was created kind of like a willing connection with that entity between the people
Yeah.
and the entity. And that's how the act was influenced. It was like this embalming was a part of a process of pleasing that entity.
Mm.
Um, hmm.
Anything else?
For now, no.
Okay. In the practice of mummification, the Egyptians would throw away the brain and leave the heart. What did this choice imply from a metaphysical point of view?
Hmm. It is putting an accent on the emotional body and its connection with the physical reality. The emotional connections is kind of made, this choice was made as an association again through the subliminal thinking, subliminal influence.
Mhm.
Um, it's kind of a representation of um, get remaining attached to the physical.
Okay. Do you perceive anything else?
I perceive a strange belief of taking out the brain as an act of, um, again, correlates with the mental body.
Mhm.
And it's like trying to take the wheel of choice from a person. So if it doesn't think, it doesn't choose, something like that.
Okay. Interesting. We finished the fixed part. We're moving on to the free exploration, and what we're going to explore first, Anastasia, is this agglomeration of entity that you just saw that are inducing hallucinations and visual illusions. Go there.
Mhm.
How many entities do you perceive? What number comes to your mind?
158.
Okay. What is the predominant race?
Reptilians.
Hmm. Okay. How are they inducing these hallucinations, these visual illusions?
Hmm. Mm,
What is the mechanism they're using?
it's a connection to. It's like because there's a lot of them, all of them are connecting to a certain type of frequencies from people.
What
Like
type
there
of
are,
frequencies?
hmm, um, I'm forgetting the word. Doubt.
Okay.
That is the word. Uncertainty.
Hmm.
In many anger.
Okay.
In many hope. There's like a variety of frequencies.
Yeah.
And each one is connecting to the people who are resonating at that frequency, and it's like a cycle that starts with thoughts, with intrusive thoughts.
And just observe where these thoughts come from? Do these intrusive thoughts come from the human, the person, or do they come from something else, from someone else?
I'm perceiving an interesting thing.
Okay.
It's like this. There's a common consciousness about these people. How I'm perceiving it visually, and these entities are kind of um, influencing this common consciousness in a way that the thoughts of the people are getting mixed up, that pushes them to some kind of psychosis.
Okay.
This
Is
kind of, yeah.
is this consciousness that you see, that you perceive above these people, can it be related to the collective consciousness, or do you perceive it more as an egregore?
Hmm. Now that when you said egregore, I felt more intense
Mhm.
resonation.
Yeah, so it's an agglomeration of beliefs concentrated in um, in this group, among this group of people, but
Hmm.
it's still in the big collective consciousness.
Yeah.
So, okay, what year are you in?
Hmm. Something with 18.
Okay,
But I'm perceiving that it's not really relevant to the time that we are used to.
that was my next question.
Hmm.
With this same image, um, to in the present, are these hallucinations induced still?
No, there is other ways.
Okay, so the mechanism that we just witnessed was in the
It's
year.
yeah, outdated.
Okay, go back to the year 18. Tell me what kind of illusions are induced in the reality of these people.
Hmm. It's fear of death. It's
Mhm.
like a really intense attachment to this physicality. I perceive people who are touching the ground are very attached to their environment, what surrounds them, but also feel very vulnerable in it. It's like you're home, but you're not safe in it, and you have to do something to be safe.
Okay, and what is the solution to be safe? Their solution.
Well, the solution is induce. The solution is to um, naturally comes to ask for help,
Hmm.
and it's actually grows in the common consciousness of the group.
Okay, so the embalming, you mentioned that it pleases the entity, the
Hmm.
entities. Why?
Hmm. Because it creates that string um, between the physical body and the subliminal part, and it's kind of keeping the subliminal parts entrapped, and it's easier for these entities to access them or to intrude their space or trick them into something, because they're remaining in that space. They're not really willingly or freely go away.
So it's easier to be interfered.
Yes, and that leads to reincarnation later.
Hmm.
Mm, but it's also promoting this not really fear, but what is the word? It's like
Doubt.
no, it's the people who are embalming the body. They're kind of uh, praising this entity, whatever this illusion of.
Okay. Um, choose choose one of the people, one of the persons that are embalming someone else. Choose one. What is the DNA of this person?
It's 80%. Hmm.
Tell me. 80%.
Mm, wanting to say human, but it's not really.
Look in the person's eyes.
It's just it's a different type of human. I perceive clearly 20% falconoid,
Okay.
but the other 80%, it's like some type of human species, but um, mm, more, I don't know, advanced or something different from
Mhm.
what it is now.
How do you perceive it different? How is it different? They're 80% human than our human DNA. What is different about it?
Mm, this person seems um, more strong physically,
Mm.
um, a little more tall maybe than the average that we know now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, that's kind of it.
Okay,
It's
makes
just
sense.
more physically different. Yeah.
It makes sense. How is the head?
Mm, it's kind of bigger, how do I say, in the upper part
In the
and
brain part?
in the brain part and smaller in the chin, going
Okay.
from the ears below.
Yeah. Okay. And 20% falconoid.
Hmm.
How is this falconoid DNA relating? How is this DNA influencing their, may I say, collaboration with the reptilians that are above? Do you perceive a collaboration, first of all,
Between this,
between the falconoids and the reptilians in the process of mummification?
yeah, I feel like there is definitely a collaboration in that space where there is a lot of them.
Mhm.
There's included falconoids.
Um, the person embalming the dead person, uh, is she getting something in return?
Um, it's like more of a mental gift that is like mental peace, like temporarily mental peace. It's like they go from very busy, crowded mind with those intrusive thoughts that don't really stop, to some type of relief once they do the ritual. It's like they feel calmer, and they feel relieved, and that gives them a sense of satisfaction, and then the cycle can begin again
Okay.
later.
Okay. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Disconnect from here. Disconnect from everything, Anastasia. From this scene. And go to the embalming ritual that you visualized earlier before this. So, where the person was giving consent prior to the embalming.
Hmm.
Okay. Is the ritual happening in an inside space or in an exterior space?
Inside.
Okay. On the physical plane, how many people do you perceive?
And 50 came to me first.
50?
Hmm.
Okay. In what region of the earth is this happening?
Mm, Latin America, something like that.
Okay. In what year?
5.
5. Okay. No worries. Okay. Let's observe this ritual on the physical plane. So there are 50 people
Hmm.
and the dead one. Who is dead? Who are they embalming? Who died? Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a man.
A man.
A leader. I perceive it like being a tribe.
Okay.
It's a leader of the tribe.
Leader of the tribe. What age?
50.
Okay. Okay. Um, how is this ritual happening? Who is doing it?
Mm,
Who?
there's 7 assigned people who are doing it. It's like the wisest of the tribe,
Hmm.
or people selected by that leader when he was alive,
Yeah.
who consented to doing this. Um, I perceive that each one has like is responsible for a part of the body, and
Okay. Are they using any instruments?
mm, I'm perceiving a weird thing of scratching the skin and then putting some type of soil into the scratches. It's like incorporating a piece of the earth into the body.
Hmm.
That process.
In any other instruments used?
Mm, no, I don't perceive any.
Hmm. Are there any substances that are used?
Yes, something that is poured through the throat, but I don't really know what it is.
You can get closer and you can see it closely and tell me
Some
what kind of substance you perceive.
some type of liquid. It's a mixture of things. Mm, like a mixture of plants, some type of plants,
Hmm.
but also some type of crystal comes to me that is crushed.
What type of crystal?
Something green. Mm.
Is it a natural organic material of the earth or is it something um, done? processed by humans before, not organic.
It comes to me that it's not organic, but at the same time, they don't look like someone who has really,
A lab.
yeah.
Okay, so if it's not organic, then where is it from?
Mm. Mm. I'm perceiving it's like they collected it from Earth,
Hmm.
from some type of big rock that has fallen on Earth and that has particles of those crystals.
Okay, and
S- Yeah.
what is the use in this ritual? Why are they using this type of crystal in this ritual?
Well, they're not really aware of what that crystal does or it has any impact on the physical. They're using it more as a metaphor, as a symbol of connecting the physical body with something from above. And earlier, when I saw that leader there, I perceived earlier moments from his living days.
Hmm.
And he was going and he was aware of this process as um, a wish of becoming a part of the greats. That's something that I perceived.
Okay. Okay. Um, are the 7 people that are doing the embalming ritual, are they saying anything? Do you perceive any incantations?
Yes, I perceived some type of incantations in all the rituals that I perceived
Oh,
before.
okay. In every, okay, okay.
Hmm.
So what are they saying? You can decode the information, decode what they're saying.
Something with take him above. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
can't really understand what they're saying, but the message is take him above, make him your own, something like that.
Okay. And the last question for the physical plan is observe what they're doing with the men's organs.
That liquid that was poured down the throat
Mm-hmm.
is like decomposing them. It's like melting them. It starts with the stomach and then it disperses through the body.
Okay. Okay. Um, is this person wrapped in white sheets?
No, the first thing that I perceived are some kind of leaves, long
Oh,
leaves.
okay. Very good. Now, Anastasia, let's change perspectives. And what we just saw, we will um, go and see it and visualize what's happening on the metaphysical plan. What is happening to the subliminal part during this process? How do you perceive the subliminal part?
Hmm. Mm. I'm perceiving a mirrored image in the metaphysical of what is happening in the physical, but in a way that the subliminal part is kind of in one place. It's surrounded by seven seven entities, and now I'm seeing the image that these entities have control over those seven 7 people. It's a possession, and they're kind of controlling the movements of those people. And in the same time that the embalming is happening, the ritual is happening um, in the physical, it's like the same in the metaphysical, but it's happening to the
Subliminal part.
subliminal part. It's like they're wrapping the subliminal part in energetical strings, and it can't really do anything because it gave consent.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, the seven entities that are wrapping the subliminal part, what is their DNA?
6 reptilians
Yeah.
and one insectoid.
Okay. Um, on a metaphysical level, how do you perceive the crystal, crushed crystal, the crushed green crystal that was induced? Do you perceive that it has an effect on what's happening on the metaphysical?
Yeah, it has some type of micro particles that are activated by certain mm, technologies, and it's morphing into implants.
Okay, interesting. And how are the incantations influencing what's happening in the metaphysical plane?
Mm, it's more of an effect for the other people surrounding this ritual,
Okay, what's happening to them?
like a placebo effect, like something of that has to do with implementing a belief through example, because the entities are already there. It's like they're doing this their own ritual through these possessions.
Hmm. What are the 43 other people doing? But at the beginning you saw 50 people. So what are the others doing on the physical?
I perceive them in a circle, uh, and they're like moving. They're watching, all pointing towards the body and the ritual, and it's like they're all moving their heads, like they're swaying and humming. It's like a humming sound. It's like
Okay.
creating some type of vibration.
Mm, what type of vibration? And
Uh,
what is it used for?
It's a pretty low vibration. Even the sound is pretty low.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, very good. Now, Anastasia, go to the future. Um, I don't know, 6 months from now, with the subliminal part of this man, of this leader, and tell me if he realized his wish of becoming a part of the great. I'm joking. Just tell me, how do you perceive his
It's
subliminal part in the future?
he does have an illusion of being part of that group, but it's
Okay.
an illusion.
How
I
is his subliminal part?
It's exactly how I perceived it in the ritual. It's constricted by energetical strings among with other subliminal parts, and they're in kind of an artificial space, and have this illusion of being a part of something greater,
Okay,
even though
and
they don't have the freedom of movement.
but they don't know they don't have the freedom.
Hmm.
Okay, and what are they used for? Go to an important moment in time.
Influencing the other subliminal parts of the people who live, who are living in that moment.
And how are they doing that?
It's really through uh, the power of convincing, and I also perceive that they have a great part in the reincarnation spaces. It's
Mm.
like they're these ancestors.
Oh, the
The
group
yes, the ancestor line who
who give
communicate to you.
advice
Mm-hmm.
and they give advice.
Yep.
I've heard about them. Okay. Um, Go again more in the future of this leader, his subliminal part, when he will reincarnate on Earth. And tell me how is he reincarnated?
Mm. Through the idea of another great mission,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and with the idea that he will be even more responsible when he comes back. Um, but I perceive him being sacrificed while he's a baby.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Disconnect from this and go to the moment where he was alive, this leader, and where he gives his consent to this embalming ritual. How old is he?
47.
Okay. Who is he giving the consent to?
Hmm. It's more like he's praying, but not really. I see him in a scenery. It's the night. Um, he's sitting on a rock and looking at the moon, near the ocean,
Hmm.
and he is mm, kind of saying this thing of um, praising the skies, praising something in the unknown, and wanting to be more. That was his consent. It was not really like a direct consent.
Yeah,
It was more of a subliminal thing.
yeah. What is his DNA at this moment?
90% human, 10% insectoid.
Okay. Okay. Anastasia, go the just before he started praying and tell
Mhm.
me what's his name.
Karti, something like that. Karti.
Karti. Okay. Can I speak directly to Karti?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me talk to Karti. Hello. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Hello, Karti. How are you?
I am good.
Okay, my name is Ioana. I'm here with my colleague, Anastasia. We come from your future. Do you want to know your future? Do you accept we have some informations that we perceived about your future?
I know my future.
Okay.
I
What?
am creating my future.
Mhm. We saw that you wish to become part of the great.
Hmm.
Is that true?
Yes,
Why?
because I feel it in my existence. I feel them calling.
But
It's more than me.
aren't you already great, Carty?
Hmm. It's not the same. The
Do you feel
greatness.
what's the difference?
I'm limited here.
What would you want to do that you can't do right now?
Hmm. I will see then.
So you don't know. There's nothing you
Hmm.
wish to do that you can do right now?
I just have this feeling
What feeling?
of needing to be greater, wanting to be greater,
Mm-hmm.
much more.
Okay. Do you want to see quickly with us where this feeling comes from? Or do you want to stay like this? It's your
Hmm.
choice.
Hmm. I would like to see.
Okay. Then I will count to three. And at three, you will be able to see, to perceive, to feel everything and everyone. One, two, three. Where does this feeling come from, Carty? What do you see?
I am connected to the skies.
Okay.
Oh,
Where? Where is this connection?
there's
Where?
a tube going through my heart to the
Mm,
skies.
okay.
This is where I'm getting all my information. I knew it.
Mm-hmm. How is this tube beneficial for you?
I am part of them. I knew I'm meant for more.
Mm-hmm. But how does this help you in your life as Carty? You can do anything right now. You can observe, you can change perspectives. Just take a large perspective of your life, Carty. You can do it. Just take a moment to analyze yourself, to analyze your space. And tell me, how is this tube going through your heart beneficial for your life right now? How?
It's not, but it's something greater than this life.
Hmm. Cardi, do you accept to have the information of your future that Anastasia and I witnessed just before?
Yes.
Okay. Then Anastasia will transfer you telepathically everything that we saw before about your death, your subliminal part, entrapped, your next reincarnation, and the time you're spending between reincarnations. You have now all the information. Is this the great that you want for yourself?
No,
It's okay, Carty. How do you feel?
I feel betrayed.
Yeah, things are not always like they seem. But, you know, once you see and once you know these things, it's easier to avoid them.
How can I avoid this?
Well, you just you just saw in the information that Anastasia transmitted you, you just saw that in the moment that you will pray, you will give your consent for this embalming ritual that will lead to all these future experiences. So now
So I don't
it's
pray
your
anymore.
choice. It's your choice. You can change your future, you can change your past, you can change your present, you can change everything. You are the power already. Do you need to be more than you already are? Knowing that you are already everything. What is it? Tell me. Why are you crying?
It's a lot.
I know. But how do you feel now?
Like I have a lot of changes to make.
Do you want to make them?
I have to think about it.
Perfect. Think about it. What do you have to think about?
Maybe I somehow can make this different.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Different how? In what sense? I'm just curious.
Or not to pray or find something. Find something that I can just talk with on a deeper level.
Mm-hmm.
Indulge in.
Carty, you, I'm gonna tell you something. Look, what you can do, you have a special power. You can create temporal lines. Do you want to do this with me?
What it's gonna give me.
You are going to experience multiple lines, and each line will have a different choice that you would want to make. And this allows you to see and to choose what you want. You can see in the future. Look, create a temporal line in which you won't pray tonight. And tell me, how do you perceive yourself in the future?
Hmm. I am more involved in my community.
At what
More
age?
smiley.
Okay, at what age you will die?
68.
Okay. What will happen after you die in this life? Where will you go? What will happen?
I will meet some type of reptile.
Okay. And what will you do?
He wants to tell me that I'm not done here.
And
And
what
I am
will
not
you
sure
do?
if I'm done. I don't know.
Okay. Now come back to the present. Create another temporal line in which you find someone to talk to, and tell me, how do you perceive yourself in the future?
Hmm. More calm.
Who did you talk to? Who is this someone?
To myself.
Oh, I like that. I'm doing that too.
Hmm.
So what's happening in your future on this line?
I have many realizations about myself.
At what age will your physical body die?
72.
Okay, and what will you do after this body dies?
I will go explore beyond Earth.
Alone?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, return to the present moment, Carty. How do you feel?
Better than now that I saw the options.
See, you can do this whenever you are not sure about something.
Hmm.
Hmm. What future do you choose for yourself?
The one with myself.
Okay.
Hmm.
Then step into this new line and embrace it and enjoy it because you are free. And thank you, Carty, for talking to us.
Thank you.
Disconnect, Anastasia. Disconnect from Carty. How do you perceive him?
Like his whole world changed. Much calmer.
Yep.
More fulfilled.
Mm-hmm. What's his DNA now?
Hmm. Mostly human. I'm still perceiving a 5% of alien DNA, but it's kind of progressively going down
Okay.
as he's keeping realizing things.
Yes, once we have a small piece of information, then all the conditions are changing.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, Anastasia, now disconnect from this situation, from this scene. Come in the present moment in 2025 and take a large perception of the earth and tell me, if do you perceive that mummification is still done today?
Hmm. In some parts of the earth.
Okay. Around where do you perceive?
Um, Perceiving the area of the North Pole.
Mm,
Um, Something in the Middle East,
yeah.
and I think it's Alaska, something in that part.
Yeah. Is it done by humans? Who is doing these rituals today?
Humans who are under some type of entity control. but I perceive it more as an operation now. I see people in uniforms.
What type of uniforms?
Like army uniforms.
Is there a difference to in the use of this ritual, of this technique today? Like the purpose, is today this technique used for a different purpose than it was in the years in the past?
A little bit, yes. I see more exploitation of the physical body, some trafficking, and yes, something that has to do. I see a collaboration between military and people in more science uniforms, something like that, research. It's a collaboration between them and some type of procedures are done to the body.
Okay. You can disconnect from this scene also and tell me if you perceived anything else about this topic, the mummification topic.
No.
Okay, good. Then we're going home. I will count from 1 to 3, and at 3 you will be totally present into your body. 1. Disconnect from everything, from everyone, from everywhere, and from every perception that you had during this time. You start to return to your body. You raise your frequencies to their maximum levels. You feel refreshed too. Your body begins to feel lighter and stronger. You feel free. You feel loved. You feel happy. You feel yourself vibrating, and every cell of your body is new, is vibrating, is happy, is free. You feel better and better. And 3, you can open your eyes when you're ready.
I almost forgot to open my eyes.
You are gonna stay there.
I was gonna fall asleep.
How do you feel?
I'm feeling great.
Did you like it? Did you like the travels to ancient times?
It was interesting. Yeah, not what I would have expected.
Why? Did you had a different idea about
No, I
mummification?
never thought about
Or you didn't
that
expect the
deeply.
subject?
Didn't accept it. Didn't. Whatever. I
It
forget
was a
words. Yeah.
surprise for me too, the subject, but I find it very interesting as
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. And I already did 2 investigations on this subject in Romanian and in French, and it was basically the same informations, more or less. But so yeah, I have nothing left to say. I hope you liked it, Anastasia. I hope you all liked it, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Buenos días.
Dzień dobry.
Bienvenidos a este primer vídeo de Disclosure en español y polaco.
Bardzo Was serdecznie witamy na tym nowym wideo, które będzie w języku hiszpańskim i polskim na kanale Disclosures.
Vamos a producir mucho más vídeos en futuro como estos vídeos informativos.
W przyszłości stworzymy dużo więcej takich wideo, które będą Was informowały o różnych rzeczach.
porque estamos notando que cuanto más se va divulgando este trabajo, estas hipnosis por Internet, también cuanto más mala información se está difundiendo.
A to dlatego, że zauważyliśmy, że im więcej wstawiamy sesji z naszymi hipnozami, tym więcej jakby informacji sprzecznych zaczyna się rozprzestrzeniać.
Y entonces hoy vamos a hablar de las sesiones investigativas.
Więc dzisiaj będziemy mówić o sesjach badawczych.
Porque estoy viendo que hay personas que a lo mejor se dedican a una sesión con una persona, se van a algún lugar, preguntan algo y lo poco de información que pueden extraer de una sesión se lo creen como si fuera oro, completamente puro oro.
Bo zauważyłem, że są takie sesje i takie osoby, które robią jedną sesję z jedną osobą na dany temat i kiedy wychodzi tam jakaś informacja, to jest ona odbierana jakby to było rzeczywiście coś niesamowicie wiarygodnego, jakby to było czyste złoto.
Yo os digo que la sesión así dicha investigativa no existe.
Ja chciałbym Wam powiedzieć, że sesja badawcza tak naprawdę nie istnieje.
Entonces podríais como preguntar, entonces cuando haces una sesión a un cliente y preguntas cosas, ¿por qué preguntas?
Więc mógłbyś mi zadać pytanie, więc skoro robisz jakąś sesję z jakąś osobą i zadajesz jej pytania, to właściwie po co je w ogóle zadajesz?
Sí, sabemos que la información en hipnosis está muy, pero de verdad muy contaminada.
My bardzo dobrze wiemy, że informacja, która wychodzi podczas hipnozy jest niezwykle, ale to niezwykle zanieczyszczona.
Y esa información, así como sale de la hipnosis, no podemos tomarla como conocimiento, como investigación.
Więc takiej informacji, która wychodzi podczas sesji hipnozy, nie bierzemy nigdy jako takiej informacji, która jest rzeczywiście bardzo prawdziwa, zgodna z prawdą i oczywista.
En el caso de sesiones a clientes, la información que sacamos nos sirve por otro objetivo. El objetivo es llegar a la causa de su problema y trabajar.
Te informacje, które uzyskujemy podczas sesji dla klientów, służą nam zupełnie do czegoś innego. Celem jest to, żeby znaleźć przyczynę i pracować nad nią.
Pero ¿qué significa que la información está contaminada? ¿Cuánto está contaminada y por qué?
Ale co to właściwie oznacza informacja zanieczyszczona? Kiedy jest zanieczyszczona i dlaczego jest zanieczyszczona?
Hay que saber que cuando nosotros pedimos una información y nos llega a través de una persona en hipnosis, esta información sale de una fuente, para así decirlo, y atraviesa muchas dimensiones, muchas densidades.
Kiedy prosimy o jakąś informację podczas sesji, to ta informacja, powiedzmy to w ten sposób, pochodzi z jakiegoś źródła, ale w międzyczasie przechodzi przez wiele gęstości i wiele wymiarów.
Y también pasa por conciencias, por inteligencias. Esa información viene atrapada en el éter por varios seres.
Ale ta informacja przechodzi też przez wiele umysłów, wiele świadomości, istnieje w eterze i może być przechwycona również przez wiele bytów.
Estos seres, estas inteligencias, pueden voluntariamente o involuntariamente distorsionarla.
I te byty, te istoty lub świadomości mogą ją zniekształcić świadomie lub nieświadomie.
Y además, la persona que está en hipnosis tiene sus creencias, su mentalidad, sus perspectivas, sus opiniones. Esta estructura mental contamina también esta información.
A co więcej, osoba, która jest w stanie hipnozy, ma swoje własne przekonania, swoje własne wartości, wierzenia, swoją własną mentalność i przez tą właśnie strukturę całą mentalną również może dojść do jeszcze kolejnego zanieczyszczenia.
Y además, si nosotros queremos investigar, por ejemplo, una persona o un ser que no tiene ninguna conexión con el ambiente hipnótico donde estamos trabajando, esta persona puede no autorizar la salida de informaciones de sí mismo.
A co więcej, jeśli połączymy się z jakąś istotą, która absolutnie nie należy do tego środowiska hipnotycznego, w którym pracujemy, taka istota może nie zgodzić się na przekazanie informacji.
Si hay interacción, si hay interferencias entre un ser y otro, es posible que circule información por las conexiones, por los pactos.
Jeśli jest jakaś interferencja między dwoma istotami, to wtedy dzięki tym paktom, albo przez te pakty, przez to połączenie, które istnieje, rzeczywiście wychodzą informacje.
Pero si en aquella sesión en concreto ese ser o esa persona se va a cuestionar y no hay ninguna conexión, es muy improbable que llegue una información autorizada.
Ale jeśli zdarzy się tak, że łączymy się z istotą, która nie ma z tym nic wspólnego, to jest bardzo mało prawdopodobne, że dostaniemy jakąś informację.
Entonces, imaginemos que queremos investigar sobre un personaje famoso de la historia.
No, na przykład wyobraźmy sobie, że chcielibyśmy otrzymać informację o jakiejś osobie niezwykle znanej, historycznej.
Si no tenemos de alguna manera alguna conexión con los elementos del ambiente hipnótico y esta persona, aunque no esté conectada, no autoriza esta información, pues no llega.
Więc jeśli wyobrazimy sobie, że ta osoba nie jest w żaden sposób połączona z tym środowiskiem hipnotycznym, w którym pracujemy, może się tak zdarzyć, że absolutnie nie zezwoli na żadne przekazywanie informacji na swój temat.
Y cuando pasa esto, hay siempre o casi siempre alguna entidad que se aprovecha de la situación.
I kiedy to się dzieje, zazwyczaj pojawia się jakiś byt, który wykorzystuje tę sytuację.
Se puede presentar con la supuesta identidad de la persona o del ser que estamos buscando, o puede de todas formas modificar o inventar una información por su cuenta, por su personal ventaja.
Może zrobić dwie rzeczy. Albo przyjąć, zidentyfikować się z osobą, o której chcemy zrobić tę sesję, przyjąć jej tożsamość, albo zmienić informacje, które chcielibyśmy otrzymać, tak aby to działało na jej korzyść.
Nosotros en sesión a clientes podemos trabajar porque el cliente nos autoriza a trabajar en él en su sesión.
Podczas sesji dla klientów możemy pracować nad takimi informacjami, bo otrzymujemy zgodę na informacje właśnie dzięki temu klientowi.
Y podemos trabajar con sus seres queridos, por ejemplo, o con los seres que interfieren con ella, propio porque hay estas conexiones.
I możemy pracować na przykład z istotami, które kocha ta dana osoba, lub z bytami, które w nią ingerują, właśnie przez to połączenie, które tam istnieje.
Entonces, hay una gran diferencia entre la sesión a un cliente para solucionar sus problemas y hacer sesiones para investigar.
Dlatego istnieje taka duża różnica między sesjami, które robimy dla klientów, aby rozwiązać ich problemy, i między sesjami takimi poszukiwawczymi, badawczymi.
Por eso digo que no existe una sesión investigativa.
I dlatego właśnie Wam mówię, że nie istnieje coś takiego jak sesja badawcza.
Lo que existe es un protocolo de sesiones de investigación.
To, co istnieje, to pewien protokół sesji badawczych.
Hay que seguir un protocolo y hay que ejecutar una serie de sesiones y con personas diferentes.
Więc trzeba zawsze śledzić ten sam protokół, a jednocześnie wykonać wiele sesji z różnymi osobami.
El protocolo tiene que ser único, unívoco, porque hay que preguntar en un tema las mismas preguntas para ir en la misma dirección.
Ten protokół powinien być zawsze taki sam, ponieważ należy zadawać takie same pytania, tak aby iść zawsze w tym samym kierunku.
Cuanto más está restringido ese espacio de investigación, cuanto más podemos tener más probabilidad de tener buena información.
Im bardziej zawężamy obszar naszych poszukiwań, tym bardziej prawdopodobne będzie, że otrzymamy dobre informacje.
Sí, podemos también aumentar ese espacio, pero tenemos que aumentar proporcionalmente el número de sesiones por hacer.
Możemy oczywiście rozszerzyć ten obszar, ale wtedy będziemy zmuszeni również rozszerzyć ilość tych sesji.
Luego, cuando tenemos una grande serie de sesiones, pero estamos hablando de centenas o hasta de millares de sesiones,
I wtedy mówimy o olbrzymiej liczbie sesji, od setki po tysiące.
tenemos que recoger toda aquella información que es común a todas o a casi todas estas sesiones hechas.
I wtedy musimy pozbierać te informacje, które są wspólne dla wszystkich bądź prawie wszystkich tych sesji.
Esta información común vais a ver que es un porcentaje muy pequeño con respecto a la totalidad de la información.
I zobaczycie, że ta informacja wspólna będzie naprawdę niewielkim odsetkiem tych informacji, które się tam pojawią.
Son pepitas de oro.
To są takie malutkie ziarenka.
Es como si nosotros vamos a un río, vamos a coger este filtro, vamos a coger muchísima arena para recoger solo muy pocas pepitillas de oro.
I można to przyrównać do poszukiwania złota, kiedy filtruje się dno rzeki, zbiera się mnóstwo piasku, a na koniec pojawiają się maleńkie ziarenka złota.
Esa sí que es información de oro.
I to jest właśnie ta informacja złota.
Si hoy podemos decir que hay seres que interfieren bastante con el ser humano y que tienen formas de animales reptiles o de animales a forma de insectos, etcétera, es porque todo esto sale desde que se empezaron las sesiones de hipnosis y hay muchísimas, millares y millares con esta información común.
I jeśli dzisiaj możemy powiedzieć, że są ingerencje, które przybierają formy albo reptilii, albo jakichś insektów, to dlatego, że takie informacje wychodzą od początku naszych sesji hipnotycznych i są wspólne i jest ich tysiące.
Pero si yo digo que en la ciudad de Nueva York, en el 1452, en aquel punto, había una casa que vivía un viejo que se llamaba Tom, pues solo en aquella sesión ha salido y cuanto más contaminada puede ser, no lo va a saber nadie.
Ale jeśli chciałabym powiedzieć, przekazać taką informację, że w Nowym Jorku w 1452 roku stał taki a taki dom, w którym mieszkał taki a taki starszy pan o imieniu Tom, to nie mam pojęcia, jak bardzo zanieczyszczona będzie ta informacja.
Así entonces se hace investigación. Es un trabajo muy largo, muy duro y tiene que ser hecho con un protocolo riguroso y severo.
A więc właśnie w taki sposób należy robić sesje badawcze. Jest to proces bardzo długi, ciężki i który wymaga bardzo restrykcyjnego protokołu.
Entonces, por esto que nosotros ya vamos a empezar a hacer ciclos de investigación.
I właśnie dlatego zaczniemy teraz robić takie cykle badawcze.
La estructura del team, que cada vez va creciendo siempre más, y el número de clientes que cada día contactan con nosotros, nos permiten organizar estos ciclos de investigación.
I ponieważ struktura naszego zespołu cały czas się powiększa, a także liczba klientów, którzy kontaktują się z nami każdego dnia, te czynniki pozwalają nam na to, żebyśmy zrobili taki cykl badawczy.
Creo que ya he dicho todo, o casi todo. Cualquier pregunta podéis escribirla en los comentarios del vídeo o donde sea publicado el vídeo.
Myślę, że powiedziałem wszystko, bądź prawie wszystko, a jeśli macie jakieś pytania, to proszę zadajcie je pod tym wideo.
Gracias por vuestra atención.
Dziękujemy za Waszą uwagę.
Y gracias a ti, Milena.
Gracias a ti, Kalo. Dziękujemy.
Chao.
Ciao.